Drunk.
Hammered drunk.
Drunk trade of the week.
This week's drunk trade comes from Parsley Loud on Reddit. I don't know. The Reddit names just always blow my mind. I never know what they mean. I can't even fathom what this one means. But the drunk trade is this. I traded Deebo for Hollywood Brown after my friend told me Hollywood went to the same high school as me. I was drunk and thought it was so cool. It didn't work out. So I want to address this in a couple of parter here. So first of all, it didn't work out. I think it's subjective at this very moment. So I don't know about that. But before we even dive into what the actual trade analysis is here, and I want you all to give your opinions on this, on which side and how much and how bad. But have you ever made a trade because of something like this? Like, oh man, I know something about this player that I just desperately want him on my team. Robbie, you're saying no, not at all.
You don't. All right. You don't. Fantasy football is war. Okay. It's a strategy game. You don't involve emotion. Like that's just, I have done the, well, I interviewed this guy and I know this. I've seen this guy work out, I've done that, but like,
says the king of catching feelings.
You know what? Look, I'm gonna be honest with this trade, with the last name like Loud. I don't think he was drunk. I think he might have been a little stoned. I'm just saying.
It sounds sentimental.
That's fair. Well, so does anybody have a strong feeling one way or the other about this? I know they said it didn't work out, but so does anybody agree with that? Or is anybody like thinking that it's at least even here? Bo, what do you think about this one?
I think it's too early to tell. Hollywood's got a new landing spot. Deebo's got an injury history longer than a CVS receipt. So I mean, it's gonna be hard to tell what the 49ers offense looks like with Trey Lance versus Jimmy Garoppolo without Mike McDaniel telling Kyle Shanahan what to do. It's going to be a big difference, and I think Hollywood's got a lot of chemistry already built with Kyler Murray. So I think it's too early to tell whether it didn't work out or not, or whether it did.
Yeah.
I wanted to add that I cut out there because apparently my iPhone just signed a contract with the Dallas Cowboys and did not meet expectations already.
At least your comedy surrounding your own team is right within exactly what it needs to be, just realistic. At least Bo. At least
Yes.
I see what I did there.
He knows his team's inferior to the Eagles. Yes.
No,
Anyway,
actually,
what are you doing? You have one trophy. What are you doing?
No, my phone literally went into temperature warning stage. It shut off completely because it was so hot in the shade I was sitting in.
Too hot to handle. You must have been close to Mike McCarthy there in that parking lot. Rocky, you have some strong feelings on this trade?
No, I was just gonna say, I don't think this is as bad as Mr. Parsley Loud here thinks it is. I like Hollywood a lot this coming season. Like Bo said, Kyler's his former quarterback. D-Hop out for the first 6 games. I think Hollywood's going to take off. He was a little underrated, I think, in Baltimore. And Deebo, there's a lot of questions around Deebo. He's got injury history. There's technically questions whether he'll be there or not. I think he will be. But even if he is, we don't know what a Lance offense is going to look like either. So this could easily in a year look like the Hollywood is the better side.
Yeah, Robbie, you think the same? Any differing opinions there?
I am going to take the sentimental approach. Seeing these two gentlemen and see their jerseys together for the very first time, and and stand next to each other. Me and my homie and I, Ty Boogie, we took the picture. I want for this to hopefully work out for him, but let's just be realistic. Deebo is going to take off. Okay, even in a Trey Lance offense, now it makes those jet sweeps even more deadly because it's like
he doesn't want to run jet sweeps.
He may not want to, but guess what? You in the NFL, buddy.
Because he's at least a wide receiver in the formation. He doesn't want to take
not the
power.
Running back in that. Yeah.
He doesn't want power right and counter left.
Exactly. But hey, you in the NFL, buddy. They're gonna pay you that money. They get that deal done. For a couple $1 million, you're gonna do whatever they say. So all in all, no matter how Deebo feels about how they utilize him in the offense, I think that he'll still be utilized much of the same way. And I think that Deebo still has to be the better value, even though it is a Trey Lance offense. We may not know what that is going to look like, a Trey Lance-led offense, even though we don't know what that's going to look like. We know that Deebo, when healthy, is a game changer for you and a game changer in fantasy football. Hollywood has yet to really be that for anyone.
I dig it. I dig it. Dustin, take us home here. Any parting thoughts on this trade?
Yeah, I think if you're just going to look at it, isolated after last season, yeah, it was a bad trade because Deebo obviously did Deebo things. But I do think that Hollywood will have a bit better season. I think Deebo will regress a little bit from what he did last year. So it's not going to turn out to be quite as bad as initially thought.
Yeah, we've seen so much worse come through here. We say that all the time, but this is far from the worst trade we've had in this segment. So I don't know. It didn't work out. Maybe, maybe not. To be determined, Parsley Loud.